Welcome back everyone who has been following so far. We are finally ready to start building our website. This is the website that we'll be building in WordPress. I designed this in Adobe XD, but you can also design this in Figma if you don't have Adobe. Figma is free and easy to use, so that would definitely be your next best option. Now, from here in Adobe XD, you can see where I defined my color palette, and I also have my different font and character styles, as well as some button components. Now, how do we get all of this into WordPress so that we can start building our website? First, let's start with the colors. I'm going to show you 3 websites that you need to know in order for you to get your color palettes. The first website is colorhunt.co. On this website, you can see a number of color palettes. You can go by different categories as well, and you can scroll through and get inspiration on the different types of color combinations that you can use. Up next, we have colors.co. This site is one of my absolute favorites. From this site, you can generate color palettes by simply hitting your spacebar, and it will just generate randomly some colors for you. If you see a few colors that you like, you can actually lock them in, and when you hit spacebar again, it will continue generating more colors for you. In addition to this, you can also go ahead and see the different variations that we have for this color based on light and dark. So it's a really fun website, and I just can't stop using it. And then finally, you want to head on over to Color Picker from W3 Schools. This website is very important because right here it will give you the percentage of light and dark that is in the different colors that you have. So for instance, we have this color here. We can see right away that it's at 45% light, and then if I go up, I'm adding light. If I go down, I'm adding dark. So the color is the same hue, but it has different variations of light and dark. And from here, you can be able to create your backgrounds. You can create your different containers and ensure that you have enough contrast between your text and your background color to make sure your website is readable. For fonts, we have 2 options. We have dafont.com. I really love this site. A lot of people use it. You can just come in here and search for the font that you want. Hopefully it's here, and if it's here, you can download that font and install it on your system. The next site is Fontshare. Now, fontshare.com is something I adore. I use this normally when I'm writing code for websites, but it's also really good to use in cases like this. So I will go ahead and show you how you can add both your colors and your fonts into WordPress so that we can start developing our website. Back in WordPress, if you go to Pages, then go to Edit with Elementor, it will open up your page using the Elementor website builder. From here, we can go ahead and start adding our global colors and global fonts. To access the global settings in Elementor, you need to go to the top left, select the site settings icon. Then you'll see global colors and global fonts. Let's sort out the colors first. Click global colors, and then you will see all the colors here, your primary, secondary, text, and accent. We're going to change these to match what it is that we have in our design. So over on the right, we have our design, and over on the left, we are in Elementor. So right now, we want to go ahead and make certain changes. So our primary color is this color here. So I'm just going to copy it. Then go over to Elementor, and I'm going to edit this primary color here and hit enter. And there we go. We've changed the primary color. Now let's do it for the others. So my secondary color is going to be this. My text color is this gray here. And my accent color is going to be this yellow. So there we have easily changed our system colors, so primary, secondary, text, and accent colors. And these can be used across our website. We'll get to that in just a second. Let's go ahead and save this, and then we can start addressing the fonts. Adding global fonts to your WordPress is a little more tricky than adding colors. Let's take a look at what I mean. If I go to Elementor, then I go to custom fonts, you will see that I would need to upgrade to the Pro version of Elementor in order to add my global fonts. I'm not going to do that because I want to keep this tutorial strictly free. So everything that we'll be doing is going to be using free plugins or free elements. So what that means for us is that we need to go ahead and install a plugin that will allow us to do this. So head on over to plugins, go to add new plugin, and we're going to search for a plugin called custom font. This is the plugin that we want, so select install now and then activate. From here, you can just select settings and you'll be taken to this screen here. Now, in order for you to use the custom fonts plugin, you must first have the font files on your computer. So search for the font that you want on fontshare.com, then go and select download family, then select download family. From here in the plugin settings, select add new font. Then you want to give your font a name. I'm going to call it the same name as the font we just downloaded, so Satoshi. Then go ahead and select choose file, and I'm going to select the file that I want to use. So in this case, I'm going to start uploading each of these. I'm going to use only the regular, medium, light, bold, and black. I'm not going to use any italic on my website right now. So let's go ahead and upload the regular first. So I just need to click it, select open, and then select OK. Now I have the regular in here, and I want to add the other variations. So let me do that. To add the variations, select add font variation, then go ahead and select choose file, and then upload the other variations. So we're uploading medium now. Then, if you realize once you upload a new variation here, it will look exactly like the first one because you are telling it that it has the same weight. We need to change the weight in order to see the difference. So let's change it to the medium that we just uploaded, and there you have it. Let's go ahead and add the rest of them. I'm going to add the light. Change this to 300 light. Then I'm going to add the bold. Scroll down a bit, and I'm going to change this to bold. And then I'm going to add the black, which is this one. Scroll down a bit and change this. I'm going to set it to extra bold since we don't really have something called black. So you can see them all here. Once you have them, select Save Font. And then you'll see that all the variations were added, and then you can click this back arrow here. If you click on this, you will see all the variations of the font that we have installed. From here, if I select a heading or text and I go to typography and I go to family, you can see now that we have a custom font installed. I can select it and then I can resize it, do whatever I want with it. I can then make it normal, medium, bold, and I think we did extra bold. So that is how easy it is for you to add custom fonts to your WordPress website to use. Now that we have uploaded our font to WordPress, we can go back into Elementor, go to Site Settings, and then go to Global Fonts. From here, we can set the fonts that we want. So let me go ahead and look at what we have in our design. So from our design, you can see that this Oasis here is Satoshi 264 pixels light. So we can go to our primary fonts here and then search for our font that we uploaded. Then we can set the size to 264, and then we can also make sure that it is thin. From there, you can hit Save Changes. And that is how you add now your global fonts into Elementor. So if I select this subtext here, I can see that it is Satoshi 32 pixels light. So for my secondary, I can go ahead and address this. So let's search for Satoshi. Let's set it to 32 pixels, and we also want it to be light. The last thing we're going to do is add a component for our buttons. So the component is what we see here. Let me scroll over a bit. Is these buttons that we have set up here. We can only add one component, so we're just going to add this general button, and then we can just make changes to get the different variations. So back in WordPress, I'm just going to create a second section here, and I'm going to go ahead and add a button to the page. So that is our button. You can see that we already have our colors for the button dialed in based on the global colors that we had set up. Now, if I want to change the background of this button to the brown, I can select this global icon here, then select primary. Now, as you can see, nothing happened. This is because this button here is getting its background color from the global settings coming from your theme. So in order for us to change that, we need to go ahead and turn it off. At the top of this section here, you can see a little note that says, in order for theme style to affect all relevant Elementor elements, please disable default colors and fonts from the settings page. If you click this button here, settings page, it will take you to exactly where you need to go, and you can just check these two options and select Save Changes. Close this window, and now we're back into Elementor. I'm just going to refresh, and then let's go back into our button section, and as you can see, the button color is now changing. So I want the background color to be this, and then I want to change the text color to be white. I also want to give it a border radius of 15. So now if I come back into WordPress and I want to create a button, you'll see the button takes all the different settings that we added to it. This is a better place to start from if you don't want to start from scratch each time you're creating a button. And then you can go ahead and do further changes to this if you want. So now that we've added our custom colors, we've added our custom fonts, and we've created a button component, we can finally start actually building our sections of the website. So please subscribe to the channel so that you can be notified when the next video gets posted. Also, leave me a comment down below letting me know what you think so far, and ask me any questions that you may have, and I'll get back to you. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, have a good day.